Hi, I'm Luanne-van-Werven, State Representative from Whatcom County's 42nd District. Last week, House Democrats introduced their proposed operating budget. They held a public hearing 4 hours later, and then 4 days later, they passed it out of the House of Representatives on a party line vote, with Democrats voting yes and Republicans voting no. It is important to note that House Republicans were not part of the budget negotiations. However, we were able to get some key amendments adopted during the debate on the House floor. An amendment passed to provide for more local drug and gang policing in response to the opioid epidemic. An amendment passed to give additional assistance to small and rural school districts uniquely affected by the McCleary legislation. Another amendment passed that invests in hatchery production at state and tribal fisheries with an emphasis on Chinook salmon, the orca's preferred prey. And another amendment passed to increase Medicaid fraud enforcement, which would save state taxpayers $240 million. Even though some of our amendments were adopted, I am very concerned about the spending levels and the reliance on new taxes in this budget. Our current operating budget spends about $44.4 billion, while this next 2-year proposed budget would spend about $53 billion. That is an increase of $8.6 billion, or almost 20% over last year's budget. This proposal continues to grow government spending much faster than the incomes of families in Whatcom County and across Washington State who are paying out of pocket for it. With the strong economic growth we have experienced, it is difficult to understand why Democrats in Olympia are doubling down on their promise to raise taxes. They are proposing more than $4 billion in new tax increases over the next 4 years, despite historical tax collection from hardworking taxpayers. Proposed taxes include a capital gains income tax, a graduated real estate tax, a 20% increase of the business and occupation tax on certain services. A new capital gains income tax is the first step towards a new state income tax. It will likely be challenged in the courts as unconstitutional. It is irresponsible to propose a tax and then rely on that funding in a budget when the legality of the tax is going to be tied up in the courts for an indefinite amount of time. I do not need to tell you a capital gains income tax is very unpopular with Washingtonians. Voters have rejected a statewide income tax 10 times, the latest being in 2010 when the proposed income tax measure failed in all 39 counties with a 64% voting no. The proposed B&O tax proposal would impact about 80 classifications of services, tens of thousands of businesses. Again, with the massive increase in spending and proposed unnecessary taxes hurting your wallet, I could not support this budget. I maintain that if Republicans were writing the budget, we could fund our priorities and obligations without raising new taxes, as we have done before. That includes funding formulas for K-12 education. We could increase hatchery production for Chinook salmon. We could fix our broken mental health system and protect our most vulnerable. If you have any questions about the budget or proposed taxes, please do not hesitate to contact me. It is an honor to serve the great people of Whatcom County.